Welcome to Your Moving Mind, where we talk about mindful movement, small habits that can make you a better person, how to learn, change, and grow, and how to express ourselves fully in body, mind, and spirit. Your Moving Mind with your host, Michael Landau. What if we looked at movement as an exploration, an art form, poetry in motion? What if we didn't look at it as something we had to do, and instead as something we were blessed to be able to do? Before diving into today's episode, let me tell you about mindful movement every day. I've recently created a 5-day course that takes you through the process I developed in the last few years. This course, Mindful Movement Every Day, is so far completely free. It leads you through 5 daily movement sessions. You slow down, you pay attention, you explore yourself for a few minutes, and you improve. Mindful Movement Every Day doesn't only give you 5 days of mindful movement, it teaches you how to keep doing it for a short moment every day. I don't know how long it will stay free of charge, so don't wait too long. Go to persistent-growth.com and sign up. Start moving mindfully today, and you'll never want to stop doing it. persistent-growth.com. And I'll see you in mindful movement every day. I want to make a distinction between 2 types of learning. They're so different, we should have different words for them. One is learning by receiving direct instructions. Some things we have to learn this way. When you learn to drive a car, if you learn to drive heavy machinery, there are dangers, there are safety instructions you have to follow from the start. You cannot just explore freely and try things and see what happens. In most other cases, learning by exploration would be a more effective, more efficient way to learn. Usually, we don't use it enough. Think of how babies learn. The first 2-3 years of our life, we learn by exploration. All of our basic patterns of movement that we then keep using the rest of our lives. How we hold ourselves upright, how we turn, how we reach, how we breathe, our posture, our way of walking. All of these are very deeply ingrained habits that we've developed over a long period of time, a couple of years at least, in a very early childhood, as babies. How did we learn it? We didn't follow a program. We didn't need the Ministry of Education. There were no teachers. Nobody showed us and led us through the right way, the right process of learning these things. We learned it by exploring ourselves in movement, trying lots of stuff, moving in very varied way, in many ways, some of them useful, some of them not useful, but all of this exploration is part of our repertoire. It's part of the environment in which we move. These explorations are essential for the process of learning. You cannot take a baby and lead them directly, clearing up all of the mistakes, leading them to walking right away. As if this is the goal, this is where we're going at, why not start with walking? We don't learn to walk by walking. We learn to walk by learning to lift our head, to roll over, to reach, to change our weight so that we change our relationship with space and with gravity. We slowly, after months of practicing, we can lift our pelvis from the floor. We start crawling. All of this is a necessary process of exploration that leads us to the goal, if you want, to being functional adults. This is how we learn organically. Then we go to school, and this whole process pretty much comes to a close. We start learning by listening to the right answers. We get the learning program imposed on us. Some other people, the authority, the teachers, the Ministry of Education, know what we're supposed to learn at any moment. We have to follow that and not our natural curiosity. We have to sit so that we stop moving in order to be able to learn. This is a very problematic approach to learning. My feeling is that when we put children on a bench in school, we actually hamper their natural process of learning. And we're building something different. We start taming them. We're not really supporting and encouraging the way they've been learning until they went to school. Okay, so I'm not going into my ideas on our school system, but let's make this clear. That way of learning, exploration, is available to us at any time. This is what we do in the Feldenkrais method. In a Feldenkrais class, this is what I try to do in persistent growth in very small increments. Create a small space where we don't have to perform, when we don't need specific results, so that we can explore freely. This is where we can improve those ancient patterns that we've created in our early childhood and keep growing. Move better, breathe better, use our bodies better each time, keep improving the way we did as babies, because there is no reason why this process needs to come to a halt when we reach 6 years of age. Only it's kind of beaten out of us. So we can reclaim this type of learning, this type of improvement that brings growth. Reclaim your right to come back to learning by exploration. This is our birthright and our organic way of learning, growing, improving, becoming better versions of ourselves.